It's been a fall tradition since 1954, but Haus Orchards is about more than just apples. From sauerkraut to donuts, we'll show you all this beautiful farm and market has to offer. We're here with Cheryl Haus of Haus Orchards. She's, I guess, an apple grower is what you call yourself, right?
I'm an apple grower, yes.
Tell me about the history of the farm. You've been here a long time, but it's been here longer than you, right?
Yes, actually. My husband and I have been running the farm for about 30 years, but before that, my mother-in-law and father-in-law actually started the farm in 1954. They bought it as a peach orchard, and they've developed it into an apple orchard because my father-in-law really liked apples, and he decided to start making cider. And as you can see, back in the 1960s, that's when we really got going, and we started making a lot of cider. And my husband and I took over the farm in 1982. They wanted to retire, so we took over in '82. And we've been, it'll be 60 years next year that we've had the farm.
So all of the apples that go into the cider are grown right here?
Actually, most of the apples that are in the cider are grown here, but we do buy from local growers in the area here, and they contribute to the cider too.
I never realized that so different kinds go into the cider. I thought it was only one kind of apple.
Well, actually we have at least a blend of 3, but sometimes up to 5 or 6 different kinds in the cider. And you need a nice blend of apples to get a really good cider.
So you had to marry into this, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about that? It's a big operation.
Yes. Well, actually, when I married my husband, we lived in Arizona, and I was from Arizona, and he was going to school there, and so I didn't really marry into the farm. But then after a few years, we kept coming back to the farm, and we said, oh, I think we should do this. And so that's how we got started in it.
So it is a big draw every September, October. Mm-hmm. People come to buy the cider, but also to watch the process. How important is that they see how it's made?
I think that's one of the most important things about the cider mill is that people actually get to see how the cider is being made. That's something you can't see in the valley. Only here is the only place you can see it. I mean, there's 3 or 4 different cider mills in the area, but ours is the only one where you can come in and see it being made.
So do visitors seem to like that?
I think they do. Of course, they like to come and get their cider and donuts. That's the thing they want to have the best, but they really like to bring their kids out to see the cider being made.
So tell me a little bit about the process. It starts with they get the apples from the orchard.
Right. What they do is they'll take big boxes, or what we call bins, out to the orchard, and they pick right into those. And then they'll take those big boxes and bring them inside. We'll decide which apples we want to keep and which ones we want to put into cider. And then from there, they go right into what we call a bin dumper, picks the apples up into the air, dumps them into a washer, which is a chlorinated wash, and then they go up the elevator into the grinder. And the grinder chops the apples up almost to the consistency of an apple sauce. From there, they're pumped over onto the cloths, and the cloths, we cover the apples up and then put boards between, and we have at least 10 layers of apples, and then they're pushed under to be squeezed, and then that juice just runs right out, and it's just really
And then
amazing to see.
What's left is dry.
Right. Actually squeezes it so hard. I think there's like 50,000 pounds of pressure on there. It's in a hydraulic press. And it squeezes it so hard that that is actually dry when it comes out of there. And it's like, and it's so funny because I would show it to the little kids and I'd say, they'd be like, ooh, ooh. And then I'd say, well, smell it. And I said, it just smells just like an apple. And it's just, you know, really, they're surprised.
Can you do anything with that, the dry part that's left over?
Yes, actually you can. A lot of times we'll sell it to deer hunters, or we'll sell it to people who want it for their animals. And otherwise, if we don't sell it, then we'll take it out into the fields and it's actually used a few years later for fertilizer.
So how many gallons do you produce every year here?
We produce about 60,000 gallons a year.
Wow.
So we not only sell it here, but we sell it at grocery stores and we sell it to other farm markets.
So you're pretty proud of the product?
Yes, I think we have the best around, to tell you the truth.
You'll have to let me taste it and see.
Oh, you're welcome to have as much as you want.
So it kind of extended though into a shop where you can buy other things besides apples. Tell me about what else you offer here in the shop.
Okay. Well, we actually offer a lot of things having to do with apples. One of them, of course, is donuts. We actually, you know, put cider in with the mix so that
that's the secret. The cider in the donuts, the donuts.
In the donuts. Plus, we grow other fruit here too. We grow strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, peaches and apples, blackberries. And so we have all that fruit that we have every year. And so we actually make all of our jellies and stuff with it. And we make apple butter, we make apple sauce. And one of our things that we make a lot of is sauerkraut.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why that?
Well, German roots here.
Yeah.
Okay. And my father-in-law, Matt's dad, decided, you know, he was going to start making sauerkraut. Well, we started making sauerkraut and it got to be really popular. And now it's developed into a kraut fest. And we have sauerkraut, you know, for the festival. And we sell it for the Christmas season. And I actually have some up in there. I'll have to send some home with you. Do you like sauerkraut?
Yes, I do. And that's coming up, right? That Kraut Fest?
Yes, that'll be November 2nd, 3rd. That's really, really popular and people like it. We have, we open up the barrels, we have food, we have fun, we have music, we have contests, polka bands, of course, you know, for sauerkraut.
Of course.
And it's just a good time. It's not a carnival or anything because we don't have any concessions or anything. It's just like a great big party.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and the contests are fun. We have a shred-ahead contest where they have to shred as much cabbage as they can in a minute, and they get a $50 prize for that. And then we have a baby contest where it's called Cabbage Patch Baby Contest. 2 years and under, and they bring the baby with a costume that has to have some type of cabbage in the costume. So they might have a leaf on their head. Oh, I had a really cute one year. It was a newborn baby, and she had taken a piece of styrofoam and covered it with cabbage leaves, stuck the baby in there with a little thing on top. The baby was just, oh, it was just really cute. It was,
but the sauerkraut's here all year, right? Or, you know, whenever you're open.
Well, actually, the sauerkraut is just seasonal. We usually have it October, November, December, and usually that's the time of year we have the sauerkraut.
Okay, so they know they have to get it by December,
right?
And then wait till next year.
They have to get it by December.
I didn't know that about you, that it's also a sauerkraut place.
Yes.
You know?
Well, the German roots, you know, with the Haus name,
yeah.
And so it's one of the things that we're really known for too.
Yes, cider and sauerkraut.
Cider and sauerkraut.
And do you have pumpkins?
We actually have pumpkins here. I don't grow the pumpkins. I bring them in for everybody to get, but that's one of the things I don't grow. Most of what we grow is fruit.
have all these varieties of apples, and it always confuses me. What's the difference? And what are the best cider making apples?
Well, there isn't any particular apples that you have to use for cider. As the season goes on, you have different varieties of apples coming on, so you have to pick and choose by their taste to get a really good blend.
So tell me about these.
Well, these are Golden Delicious, and over here we have Jonagold. Now on the farm here, we have over 30 varieties of
Really?
apples.
So these are just a few then,
Yeah,
right?
these are just a few.
I couldn't even name 30 varieties. I can name 10 maybe, but, but not 30.
Well, we actually start picking apples in July. And our first apples are yellow transparent and Lodi. And then we go, every week we have more and more and more apples. But the majority of the apples are picked in September and October. Basically, they're the most, those are two of the most
Popular. Yeah.
These two are actually really popular.
So what's the difference between them? Like, how would you describe that one as compared to this one?
Well, this is the Golden Delicious, which is a nice yellow apple with yellow flesh inside. And the Jonagold is a combination of a Jonathan and a Golden Delicious. And what makes Jonagold really nice is that people can use that one apple to make a lot of their different dishes because it has a sweet and a tart in it. While sometimes if you're going to make a pie or whatever, you'd want to get 2 or 3 different kinds of apples in it to make the taste. But a Jonagold already has those 2 in there, so it makes it better.
This is a good pie making apple.
Yes, very good. Plus the eating too is excellent.
Yeah, yeah, it is one of my favorites actually. And this not so much for pies.
No, but I use that for my apple butter. This one here is called the Holiday Apple.
Because, why is it called that?
It's a Holiday Crunch actually. And
it's pretty, it's real dark.
It's a nice apple. It has a good crunch to it. It's almost similar to a Honeycrisp.
Oh, okay.
But it's a little bit tart, while the Honeycrisp is a little bit sweet. So a lot of people who like a nice tart apple really go for this one. It's a very popular apple. And the only thing is that you can't get this apple very many places. There's only a few farms in the area that have them. Just 2 that I know of that have a Holiday Crunch. And so people, always ask for this one too.
So now this one is Honeycrisp, so this is sweeter.
This is the Honeycrisp. It's a nice, sweet, crunchy apple. Very, very popular. I can't believe how popular this apple is.
Really?
Yes, and it actually starts right after the fair. And we usually sell it the whole month of September and a little bit into October. We had a really good crop of apples this year, and so we had a nice crop of Honeycrisp.
And you said it was one of the best years for apples. You said this year was good.
Yes, this was a really good year for apples.
That's good. Fuji. Tell me about Fuji apples.
Oh, Fujis are really popular too. Sweet apple, a lot of people like them. They're nice hard apple. You can do anything with the Fuji. They are a little bit sweeter, so you have to maybe add a little lemon juice to your recipes. Real good. We also have Macintosh, Cortland.
What's over here?
Oh, we have These are
Macintosh.
These are Macintosh. We have Cortland, Jonathan.
And this is
really
like an
variety of
applesauce apple, right?
Yes, these actually cook up real nice. They're perfect for applesauce. You don't have to, do too much to them. You just cook them up with Another thing you want to do is with your apples, if you're going to make applesauce, is add cider instead of water. It really makes a difference.
I love your tips. So do people come in and ask you how to make things all the time?
All the time. Everybody wants to know the recipes, how to do this, how to do that. And it's okay because, I won't be here forever. Somebody has to know how to do it, right?
Yes, right, yeah. is your display of jams that you make from all the fruit you grow here.
Right, this is from all the fruit we grow here. We have blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. And one of the most popular ones I have is strawberry margarita.
Oh, is there one open that I can try? Is this strawberry margarita?
I think
oh,
that's
here it
there.
is.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Here's a spoon for you.
So now where does this, is this made here in a building right near here? Or?
We actually make it in our kitchen. And it is good.
Oh my gosh, that's like the best strawberry jam I've ever had. So you make it in the kitchen and then?
It's actually homemade just like you would in your own kitchen, except for we just make a larger batch. That's all.
What time of year do you do this?
I do this all year long. Whatever I have available, if I'm, it's the strawberry season, I'm making strawberry jam.
Wow.
If it's blueberry season, I'm making blueberry jam.
So what's your favorite one besides that? What's that plum nectar? I've never heard of that.
Plum nectarine, that one. It's made with yellow plums and nectarines, and then we have the peach, which is just peachy.
Oh, wow.
That's made with that, and also have peach jalapeno, which is it's a really popular one.
Oh yeah, does it have like a little bite to it or something?
A lot of people like that.
I like that. I like the names, like currently
cool.
So that's like some kind of currant jelly, right?
Yeah, currants in it.
Wow.
And let's see which other one here. We have sour cherry fiesta. This is sour cherries with a little bite.
Oh, okay.
So
do you develop the recipes yourself?
Yes, my daughter and I have developed all the recipes, and some of them, I don't want to give out.
No, that's okay. I'm not asking for recipes. That's okay. That's a little. I could not do that. I don't think.
Well, you don't think
that's
so?
beyond my skills in the kitchen. So.
Another thing we make is apple butter, and
Do you want to take us to the apple butter?
Sure. Well, we have one here. It's called Rappleberry butter.
Oh.
And this one is a combination of apples and raspberries.
Oh, perfect.
I have a lot of raspberries, and we do pick your own on the raspberries, the strawberries, the blueberries, and the
Sure, I'm gonna have to try that one. Huh.
Now, one thing about our apple butters and all this is that we don't add any sugar to it.
You're kidding. It's so sweet.
Well, the jellies I add sugar to, but the apple butter and I have applesauce that I don't add sugar to.
Oh wow.
The reason is because the cider actually makes
it sweet.
Yeah, you don't need a sugar if you do it right.
Right. And then finally, the finished product, the famous apple butter.
We have apple butter and we have applesauce, and then there, of course, that rappleberry butter that we were discussing earlier. And it's just some of the products that we make with our apples.
Now this is applesauce. I love the title or the the name, Happy Appy Pink. Why is it pink? Which apple did you?
Well, we actually have a little bit of cinnamon in there that makes it the pink.
Okay. Very, very nice.
We have honeybees. We actually have a beekeeper who comes in and he watches the hives for us. We used to do it all, but as we get older, we don't. And then this is our honey. A lot of people want to have the honey for allergy purposes, and because it's local, we have all the different pollens in the air. And so this honey actually helps you with your allergies because you build up a resistance to those pollens over a period of time.
So I see you've got your cider here. This is a familiar sight, but what I'm more interested in is that. You got to tell me about the slush.
I should have filled this up before you got started.
That's pretty good. That's good. It means it's popular.
It is popular. Let's get you a taste, Tim.
So I've never had this before, but this is looking good to me.
It is good.
Why did you have this idea to make this cider into slush?
Well, one thing about cider is it's actually so refreshing In the summer months, you wouldn't think that juice would be so refreshing, but it actually quenches your thirst really well.
I know it's my favorite thing to get, as I just said to you, when I'm at the Canfield Fair and I'm really hot and sweaty, I go to the apple barn and I get that cider. It's great. So this is, oh yes. So you had this idea to make it icier.
Well, it makes it icy. It actually tastes really good this way. And through the summer months, I have like I put regular cherry juice with the cider, or I put grape juice with the cider, or we'll have strawberries. My strawberries is probably the most popular one. And then we just keep making different ones through the season.
Oh, yeah.
But since it's apple season, we have to do both lemon apples. So.
Yes, yes. No, it's a great idea. I can't believe that I have never heard of this before. I mean, we know strawberry slushies, we know smoothies, but making
cider slushes are, they're really popular. So.
Really? Good to know. It's really good. Can I keep this?
Yes, please do.
So this is the room where all of the donuts are made at Haus Farms. It seems like a pretty small room for all of the donuts that come through here.
Yes, it's a little small, but we don't really want to add on. So.
But you make it work, right?
Right, we make it work. We use this kettle here to make the apple butters and apple sauces, and then we make do the apples with the pies with that. We actually make pies on the weekends too. And
oh my gosh.
So we sell the frozen pies during the week, and then we make pies on the
So you have a big staff to handle all this making and baking
and
everything?
Well, actually not really. There's only about 5 of us that do all the inside work, and then we have about 5 that do the outside work. So we don't have a huge staff, but we keep everybody busy.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, how many donuts do you make during the season?
I have no clue.
Yeah, you don't keep track. It would be mind-boggling, right?
No, I don't think I want to either. We just try to keep pushing them out there, and sometimes they catch up with us, and they're going out hot. People are pulling. Sometimes we pull them right off the conveyor and put them out to people, and other times we're ahead. So you never know how many you're gonna, sell.
So one more thing, if people want to visit you during the year, what's the best time to come? You're not open all year, are you?
No, actually we're open from May until January. And then during the early spring times we're out working on, trying to get everything ready. And but once we open up in May with asparagus, that's our first crop. And then after that we have strawberries, red raspberries, black raspberries,
blueberries. Blueberries.
Then we go into peaches. And let's see, what else I got? Oh, blackberries.
It can be. Yeah, don't forget those. It's educational to watch what goes on through the seasons, because it's the same thing in the same order probably every year.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. So how many acres do you have here?
We actually have just 25 acres, about 14 of them in apples, and the rest in the berries. And as you can see up here, we have Johanna Gold apples. Those are the ones we saw in the store.
And these are those?
And those are wine sap.
A wine sap. We didn't talk about those.
No.
What's a wine sap apple?
A wine sap apple is a nice, tart, good winter apple. They keep really well in storage. And plus they're an excellent eating apple. Nice apple.
So how old are these trees?
These trees here are probably about 25 years old. They were put in 1988.
Before that, was this peaches, or, I mean?
These were actually another orchard. We just took the older trees out and put new trees in.
Why did you do that?
Well, because after a while, trees don't have as much production, This is a really popular apple too. The
That's
Melrose,
so pretty. Look at how pretty that is.
excellent eating and cooking. It's really a good apple.
So is it sweeter?
It's a sweet tart,
Okay.
which is that's really what you want in an apple, especially for cooking.
That is so pretty.
And these are also winter apples. Now, when I talk about winter apples, I'm talking about apples that keep well in storage. Some apples don't keep well in storage. One of them being like a Jonathan. It's really good when you get it, but it doesn't hold up real well.
So why should someone come to this orchard every fall? Why should they bring their families? Why should they not miss it?
Well, one thing is for the experience. I mean, how often you get to see beautiful apples on the trees, seeing the cider being made. It's fun. I mean, it's something that you can't see every place, and it's a nice place to visit.
Haus Orchard and Cider Mill is open May 1st to mid-January. For all you need to know about planning your Haus experience, visit the website on your screen. For Vision of the Valley, I'm Tricia Perry.